rolling. All right.
Roll
no,
cameras.
we're just going. We're going for it. Welcome back to the RB Cinema Center at Sundance 2026. I am Perri Nemiroff, and I'm sitting right here with the team behind Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass. Woo!
Arby's Cinema Center, baby.
So good.
Thank you, Arby's.
Thank you.
I had the biggest smile on my face watching your movie. I said this to Ben before. I feel like with something like this, it is so difficult to keep a movie consistently funny from start to finish. And I just never expected what was going to happen in this film. Well done.
Awesome. Thank you.
So clearly I know what your movie is, but a lot of our audience is first going to learn about it here at the festival. I will give one of you these honors. Can you give us a brief synopsis of your film?
Well, this is a movie called Gail Daughtry and the Celebrity Sex Pass, and it's a movie about Gail Daughtry and Celebrity Sex Pass.
No, well, it's to be just give a tiny bit more shading detail. It's about a woman named Gail Daughtry, and then the plot involves her getting involved with a celebrity sex pass.
Now
That
I
pretty
get
much says it all.
It does indeed. It's all in the title. David, first question for you, because it's been a little while since we've seen you do a feature film for the big screen. So it was make me wonder, why now and why particularly with this story?
Why now? Because finally someone allowed me to make another movie. And why this story? Honestly, Ken Marino and I wrote this script a little while back, and we've been kind of noodling and trying to figure out, iterating it over time. But it just, like so many things that we've done, struck us as something that was interesting and funny to us, and that we wanted to see. When we wrote this script very quickly, as we sometimes do, we go into a room for a week and 12 hours a day and just come out with go from zero idea to something to a first draft,
And then spend the next 10 years finessing it.
But I kept coming back to this script in my heart and my mind, being like, everything I think about and just certain moments and lines and ideas in it that just made me laugh. And I'm like, we have to make this movie. And so just similarly to what we did with Wet Hot American Summer, and they came together, didn't get made immediately, and just decided I'm not giving up on this and not shutting up about it to anyone I see in Hollywood until we get a chance to make it.
Oh, I have so many follow-up questions. So because we're here at Sundance, I have the green light process on my mind quite heavily. And I love asking this two-part question because there's a lot of ups and downs when you're going through that phase of movie making. Can you two tell us maybe a low you experienced during that part of the process? Something that happened and made you think, I'm never going to make this movie. But then I also want an example of the opposite. The person you met, the resource you required, you name it, that made you say, it is go time, we're doing it now.
It's funny. I always think about when the first movie, Wet Hot American Summer, which was here 25 years ago, for 3 years, we had people we met with and sat across from a table at a coffee shop in New York and was like, I'm greenlighting your movie. Congratulations. See you on set. I've got my checkbook here. Here we go. This is it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible. Next day, no answer. Like disappeared, ghost, and that happened over and over and over again. And you're just like, we've learned over the years, we'll believe it when we're on set, and otherwise it can always fall apart. And there was, as with any movie this size, there were many moments along the way that felt like, all right, I think this is not happening. All the way up until late in prep.
I mean, the truth is like, we wrote it for a while. We tried to get some funding for it. Nothing happened. And then we sort of went away, and both Dave and I have our own individual careers, and so we're working on different things. And then we would always come back to him and like, "Thank you so much." And then we had a great time on that thing that you clapped for. And then we would get together and be like, well, maybe let's do another pass of it and see if we can kind of, is there anybody who's interested in it? At one point, it became like at one point we were like, can we make it a podcast?
Yeah, no, we truthfully, we rewrote it as a podcast at one point.
We were like a 10-part podcast, and then we're like, that's not the. Although there was somebody who was interested in doing it, and then they just went away. And then then one day we were like, because you had done a table read of, they came together at the San Francisco Comedy Festival. Just because they had that script, and that was sitting around for a while, Showalter and David, and a script that they wrote. And then after that, there was a little bit of momentum from that, and then somehow they got the funding and they did that. And so I was like, let's just do it. Let's just hear it out loud. And so we went to San Francisco Comedy Festival. We did a reading, and it was fun, and people seemed to like it. And then I don't know that energy somehow, because I don't know if it directly connected to that.
It basically relit ourselves up about like we really got to get this made. We got such massive laughs in the room. This was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago today. We did that at San Francisco Sketch Fest, and then we spent the next year being like, we got it. And then that's what sort of made me think I want to send it to Anthony Bregman, who I had met way before doing Wet Hot American Summer and always wanted to find something to work with him on. And he read it and he was like, oh my God, we got to make this. You know?
I'm so glad you stuck with it. To start to tee up your wonderful ensemble here, I think this of all of your work, just like A+ casting across the board. And in this particular case, it's such a specific like pace and style of comedy and then some. So it was making me wonder, they're all wonderful individual artists, but do you notice that they have any shared qualities, things you see in them that signal to you they'll be able to come to set and play the way I need for this kind of film?
Well, we sort of decided philosophically, we wanted, if they have feet, they should have 5 toes on each foot. And we checked, we would say, and obviously at the end of the day, we decided, okay, there can be exceptions.
Yeah, if somebody's missing a toe, it's okay.
Yeah. But as a general rule, and as it turned out,
most of these people here are missing toes.
Yeah.
And yet wonderful in the movie.
I'm going to add that to all of your IMDb trivia pages.
Yes. No, David,
all kidding aside.
Answer the question. You're stuck. You have great feet. She has great feet. Well, you got to talk into this, right? Isn't this a thing?
Saw that, right?
Isn't this a?
Let's not right now.
No, never mind.
My toes are good.
You guys know I made my living as a
Corn-free.
body part model for
As free as your corn toes. Wait, so
Come on, guys. Seriously.
the truth is that we have a kind of a team of players, that we work with a lot, and we've worked with a lot over the years, starting, going all the way back to the State. And so
The State was our comedy group in NYU that had a show on MTV in the mid-90s.
And so we tend to kind of sprinkle anything we work on, with them in the movie. And then with this movie, we wanted to, expand that group of people that we like to work with. And so, we're so lucky to get Zoey, who read the script, and she's like, she was interested in it. And then, Slattery, we couldn't get Bradley Whitford, so we were like, okay, we'll get to play John Slattery. So we got John Slattery to play John Slattery.
I love Bradley.
I do too.
Oh, well,
He would have been great.
One of the best.
He would have been
I think it would have been
great.
funnier.
No, he's great.
And then
I'm pretty funny,
actually
but not that funny.
No, I suggested it, but it's all good.
And then, Miles and Ben, we went out and tried to find the right people for, the part of Otto and the part of Caleb. And we saw these guys
We
audition,
struck out,
and
then
they were
we
incredible.
ended up with those guys.
You tried.
They were incredible, and they were so funny and so
one of the-
natural.
And then, Ken thinks of himself as an actor too, and we were like, okay,
He does.
why don't you try being an actor in this?
Right. And so I tried to be an actor in this.
And we think it's been so cute how he's like, I'm an actor, and over the years, and we're like, okay, why not? Try it.
Yeah.
So
You try very well. Good job in the
You're gonna keep
movie.
doing so much. I don't know. I've got to get more headshots.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
Yeah. I got to get
We can set you up with that after the interview. Don't worry,
yeah.
we
Put
got
a
that
reel
covered.
together.
Zoe, big
should.
question for you, because we were talking a little bit about this before. I brought up Nouveau Vague. Before that, I saw The Threesome. Definitely clap for that. But one of my favorite things about your filmography recently, and really forever for that matter, is the amount of range that you have on it. So can you tell me a little bit about what it's like being able to do a little of everything in an industry that likes to box people into just one thing? And maybe if there's anything still left on your acting bucket list, because you've done so much.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I don't know. I'm just very lucky that I get to try and do different things. I think I was very conscientious of that when I started, though, when I was really young. I was 14 or something, and my mother is an amazing actress, and I remember I just hated how much people put her in a box because of Back to the Future or other roles that she had done, and I just was like, I hated that because I felt like she wasn't being given or didn't get the opportunities that she should have, and still. And so I think when I started, that was always at the forefront of my mind was, how do I just keep kind of shifting and changing lanes, and for myself creatively, but also I do know that once you get into one lane, it's kind of hard. So I do think I was aware of it, but I'm very lucky that I get to.
Well, and you have the goods.
I have 10 toes.
You have 10 toes.
I have 10 toes. But I would love to do, I would
9.
really, really, really love
Good
to do a
ones.
musical. And I would really love, I have 10 great toes. No, it's okay. It's all good. Corn free.
Free is the grass.
But I think, I mean, you intentionally go out and seek different types of parts, and that's so exciting. And a lot of people don't do that. They sort of like feel there's a comfort zone. You know, they feel comfortable in one area and doing one thing. But you are free enough and so good that you're like, and you challenge yourself. I'm going to go do like a crazy, weird, absurd comedy, and then I'm going to do this like beautiful drama, this like subtle, quiet drama, and you do it so well, and so it's just beautiful.
Thanks. But the truth is, I feel like this. I feel so lucky to have gotten to do this movie for a lot of different reasons, but to come into their orbit. And they were talking about, they kind of jump over like, oh yeah, in college, but really, we should take a second to recognize how impressive that is. That people like to talk a lot about how. They went to college.
I'm smart.
As someone who has an 8th grade education, I think that's really impressive. No, that they still, everybody, they have this incredible group of friends and collaborators that they've worked with for so long because they are so old. And
Yeah, I can show you my ID. I'm old.
and I have the utmost respect for them as human beings, as artists, as friends. I think, are we friends? I hope. We'll see.
Best friendly acquaintances.
On screen, right here, we're definitely friends.
And when you watch the movie, for those who haven't seen it, when you see the movie, you're like, how the fuck did they get every single great comedian to show up for one day with lines without? Because you guys have a lot of love and goodwill your way, as you should, because you're awesome.
Big believer in filmmaking families, and I also think longtime collaborators are a very special thing to celebrate in this business. Now for the two of you, speaking of coming into their orbit, one thing I was really curious about is maybe the first moment you had either in prep or on set when you kind of stood there and you knew to your core, like, I have this rhythm, I have this comedic style, and like, I feel like I belong here.
Miles?
If I had legs, I'd kick you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, baby.
Sorry, baby.
Don't worry, darling.
Don't worry,
Are you
darling.
playing a game? I've played a game.
I don't know if I.
Just you have to say if I had like, thank you,
fine.
sorry, baby. And,
Don't worry, darling.
I'm gonna go hide that in another interview later on, and they'll
Yeah.
look at me like I have two heads, but you will know
I'll know.
eventually.
Yeah.
I'll know. Sorry,
Good movie.
baby.
Good movies for what it's worth.
Don't worry, darling. I don't know if there was a moment where I locked in and was like, wow, I really feel like I totally am on the freeway of the Marino Wain interstate.
Great metaphor.
Thanks.
That's a great way
and
to
as
put
you
it.
can see, I still haven't really gotten that.
Awesome.
Miles is great with metaphors.
Yeah.
I just wanted to second that. I think metaphor-wise, Miles is currently right now in flow.
Yeah. It's like a moth to a flame.
Another great one. Another great one.
For me, with the metaphors, it's like a spark on a log.
Do you know what I
Little
think
bit
a good
trite.
example of a metaphor is? Like, the mountain is a wild beast.
So there wasn't a moment, but obviously I was grateful to and humbled to be asked to be part of it. It was it's like that feeling when you like make friends and you're like, oh my God, these people get me and I feel like I get them, and we're giggling together all the time, and we're like laughing and also chuckling. That's like such a great feeling, and I don't take it for granted.
Ben, I don't want to interrupt your answer, but I do want to say that this goes just what you're saying is like goes back to when we were the state. When
That was
we were
Miles, by the way. It was
no,
funny.
but Ben's going to answer a
Oh,
question
okay.
in a second.
Just checking it. Whatever.
Is that when we were doing when we were doing the state, we were kind of writing comedy together and learning how to do that. Our goal was to always make each other laugh, and we didn't care if anybody else like got it or loved it. We just wanted to make each other laugh, and then we thought if we laughed at it, there would be other people who would kind of connect to our vibe, right? Our like what we were putting out, and that's what we hoped for. But the goal was to kind of make each other laugh, and that's I feel like so when you come like and work with us, it's the same thing. Like we met you and you made us laugh. I think
immediately.
And so we were like, oh, this is great. We can kind of make each other laugh, and then in doing so, hopefully other people will connect to it.
To highlight your work a little more, like I did with Zoey, though, because like the last year, what is it, like The Karate Kid, then it was The Long Walk, and now this, and Hunger Games coming up, like endless range, dude. You should be so proud of that.
I feel like, obviously, with the obvious exception of Slattery, we have all superstars on the rise here, and it's so exciting.
What was the question?
the point in the shoot when you got the rhythm.
I felt as if as like it were that they're in such as they.
Yep.
I felt like this is true. This is gonna be a metaphor, but it's not for the sake of the joke, because this is actually what it felt like. That I was put on a roller coaster where, like, right before you got on, you saw that you have to be this tall, and I was like, am I that tall? I'm not actually sure. And then they put you on, and then you're on there, and you're like, am I gonna fall out of the roller coaster? And then by the end, once we made it, and I hadn't fallen out, I felt very good.
As you should.
That's my metaphor.
Well done.
Probably because of all the martial arts training from the Karate Kid.
Yeah. It's a lot of conditioning. Core work.
I wasn't sure in that metaphor if it meant that it took long enough when he grew while he was on the roller coaster. So that's why he didn't fall out. Like
I don't think he did grow.
Like he wasn't tall enough, and then by the time it finished, he got out of the thing and he was taller.
And you're allowed
to be a very long roller coaster to grow on it.
Yeah, 21-day roller
You do have to be this tall to get on this ride. Yeah.
As we have to start winding down here, I'll ask a big group question, because we know the movie is about Gail Daughtry. We know it's about a celebrity sex pass, but during this crazy adventure that they go on, there's a lot of satire of Hollywood and celebrity culture. So for each of you, is there any particular thing that this movie skewers that was just like especially satisfying to you?
What's the line that you guys wrote that I come down? Just an utterly stupid, pointless premise.
Yeah.
I say like, it's just a crazy idea to come to Los Angeles to find John Hamm to have sex with him so that it'll save my marriage. What an utterly stupid, insane premise. Like, why? Something like that. I love that.
And then Slattery's like, we're too deep into it now. It's like halfway through the movie, so we're commenting in the movie like, what the hell are we doing?
I laughed last night, especially when we get to that point in the movie where we're basically act one is complete and we're stating what this movie's all about. And Carrie Kenny looks in the camera and is like, in order to save your relationship, you must have sex with John Hamm. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're supposed to buy that and just go with the rest of the movie on that premise. Sure, why not? But John Hamm is also here because he couldn't be here in person and wanted to answer about anything you want to ask him.
Is it the highest honor of his life to be a celebrity sex pass in a movie?
It's a great question. John Hamm?
Here you go.
How is this character different from any of the other characters I've played? I'd say this character is a lot sexier than any character I've ever had to play, so I really had a fun chance. It was fun to lean into that. Enjoyed it.
Thank you, John.
Well done. Beautiful answer. Anyone else want to throw in anything about how your movie is a Hollywood satire?
I don't think it really is primarily a Hollywood satire. I think that was maybe some of the
I love this movie.
The sidebar that was a result of it being set in this land of Oz, like Hollywood setting, and there was those moments in there, and we have scenes in CAA and stuff like that. But the primary pushes is about a celebrity sex pass.
Makes all the sense in the world.
And Gail Daughtry.
Yeah.
Which,
that too,
full circle.
That too. John, for you, one thing that I love asking so much, especially because you have worked in this world for a little while. We have 3 newcomers to this filmmaking family here. And I love that in this industry, we often talk about what a more experienced actor can learn from newcomers in a world like that. But I like that it goes both ways. So is there anything you saw the 3 of them do that made even you stop and go like, my God, that's inspiring and it's energizing me in this realm in a brand new way?
John.
Not really, actually. Neither Ben nor Miles inspired me at all. But Zoey a little bit once in a while. Mostly with just how tireless. No, yeah, you know, I haven't really had that much experience working with these guys. I was in Wet Hot briefly, and I read the script but you never know what it's going to be like on set. And we all had such a great time. I hadn't met any of these guys before, and it was an incredible place to just sort of try anything you had, any choice you had. And never got sort of slapped down for it or told, you know, don't do that. That's not going to work. Let's just stick with this. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I've been around longer than these guys, but I was equally inspired, and we all had just a great time.
I don't want to spoil anything too much, but I do want to follow up. Is there any particular big swing you took on this set and you stopped and thought to yourself, they're never going to use it, but now it's in the finished film?
No, all the big swings were cut.
No, all the big swings are in there.
Say.
You know, there's some big swings, and they're in there, and you go, well, how are they going to do it? And then they well, here's how we're going to do this, and I don't want to give too many.
It was your idea when you did your fake fighting with your dummy in your garage, and then we added like a little foreshadowing in there.
There's your face on the ground.
There's your face on the ground, or we did the pluck the eyeball out, and that that's right. That.
But now don't spoil.
What John does so beautifully, and what we're always trying to achieve, and everybody does so beautifully, is he plays it serious. And so the more absurd and ridiculous and stupid the lines are, and the more serious they're played, that's the sweet spot. And you know, when you have somebody with such gravitas and such such an incredible dramatic actor saying
he's got real balls.
He's got real balls, Dave, and you know he says these ridiculous lines in such a way that, you know, like it's just it elevates the text balls. And the dialogue.
It's so easy to commit to this script. It's so easy to. You go, well, there's only one way to, you know, it's I don't know. It's the perfect sort of fertile ground to try to go big, and you know, it's all on the page. It really is. I mean, all of this stuff is there. And I was saying, but the hard part then is you shoot it and then try to bring it back to the tone and the feeling that you had that it is in the page. And then I saw it for the first time last night, and they did it. I don't know how they did it, but it's that and it's a very specific, silly, insane tone that isn't precious, and I don't know. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
It's prescient.
We were very lucky though to learn from these two, because both, you know, you two are amazing actors, and really, we're very lucky, truly.
I will say, one of the coolest reactions I could ever have coming out of a movie theater is when I think about the movie I just saw, and I'm like, how did that work? How does this exist? And that's how I felt walking out of your movie. It's excellent. One last thing before you all leave us. You got to move the next piece on our Collider Bracket Challenge board. We're coming close to the end, so you only can choose between I believe it's 12 Years a Slave and Birdman. Yep.
What do you mean
So Oscar winners since 2010.
Yep.
Right now, Parasite is in the finals.
Yes.
And we right now in the semifinals we got 12 Years a Slave and Birdman.
I mean, right? Wouldn't you say, guys? In order to do Birdman, do you like Birdman or 12 Slave better?
I mean, they're both terrific movies.
Yeah, but we're in the finals now.
What's the point? I mean,
which do you like better?
It's just which you like better.
Yeah, well, what's going to win best picture since 2010?
Yeah.
Birdman.
So you have an opinion?
No.
No opinion? Yes?
I don't get the game. I don't understand.
We're saying which movie do we like better?
Ask John Hamm.
I'm really pissed.
Yeah, ask John Hamm.
Ask John Hamm.
God.
Did he answer this
Yes,
question?
John Hamm has an answer on this. Ready?
Yeah.
Zoey? Oh my gosh. Zoey, fantastic. I'd actually met Zoey Deutch a long time ago, I think in 2016 at
No, that's not the
When I saw Birdman.
Oh, okay, Birdman.
All right.
Birdman it is.
Thank you, John Hamm, for taking us a step forward on the board. I'm going to say huge congratulations on your film. Big thanks for swinging by and sharing some of your experience with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Great questions. Thank you.